Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy, Julian Rodriguez, Juice Manji, RevinSoulSelector.com, and here to show you a very cool thing that I received from Champs Sports today. They sent me a pair of the Nike Air Max Plus, the Tuned Air. This is a classic runner from the late 90s, I believe 98, if I remember correctly, and I really love this shoe. I liked it when it came out. I actually had a couple pairs of these in the OG colorway when I was I was like in middle school, and I had middle school freshman year, and I also had they used to release these with no laces. They had a slip-on pair where this kind of rubber detailing would go over, and it was bands, and you slipped them on, and they were dope. And so I'm very happy to have these. I wish they released more of them in America. It's very popular. It's just like a lot of the Nike Air Max culture is bigger in Europe than it is here, but really there's a lot of significance to this shoe. To me, this is one of the Air Max Plus was one of the last Nike last of the Nike Air Max series to be big in the hip hop culture. See, you know, you had Wu-Tang wearing Air Max, you had rappers and people within the hip hop community wearing Air Max as part of the uniform, as part of how we dress, the style of dress, and this was one of the last ones that was still popping, you know, when they became more, you know, higher in price comparatively, like they are now. Like, you don't really, you know, they don't have the same kind of heat and momentum and cool factor that they used to, that the Air Max did, you know. It kind of ended around 98, 99, 2000. Then the Air Max 98, which they're also retroing this year, was one of the last ones too that resonated with the hip hop community. But again, that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about this awesome gesture from Champs Sports. They sent the shoe in this awesome packaging here. Comes in the nice dust bag, as I'm sure you've seen on all the other great YouTubers that were featured in this. The Champs sent stuff too. And I got the shoe deodorizer. Some other people got Scotch Guard or cleaner. I don't own shoe deodorizers, so this is good. I don't really have any smelly ass shoes. Maybe like shoes that I wear around for doing stuff around the house. So it'll get put to use. Keep my shoes smelling fresh. Keep them beaters smelling fresh. But bottom line, yeah, just here to talk about the shoe and this awesome gesture that I think Champs is doing for the sneaker online community. It's not just YouTubers, it's people who are active on Instagram, active on Twitter, and whatever. People, I think the general thread is people that they feel are contributing to the discussion and the culture of sneakers in a positive way. So I think, you know, I think that's good. I don't think clearly I don't, you know, I don't have a big following, so you know, I have about 1,400 subscribers. That's not gonna move the needle as far as sales go, but I think that they're just trying to show appreciation for people that are putting in the time and the work. I think the common thread is that people who are putting in work and who generally have a positive attitude towards the way they handle themselves on social media with sneakers and whatnot. So with that said, I wanted to talk about, you know, obviously, I mean, if we're keeping it all the way real, yeah, Champs is doing this, and we appreciate it, and I greatly appreciate it. And, you know, some people would say, oh, well, they're just doing it because they get a free commercial with every person that makes a YouTube video or an Instagram post or whatever. Yeah, that's true, but again, I don't think me making this video is going to influence people to buy shoes. I really think that Champs is trying to put it out there that they are watching, that they do appreciate what we do, and that they are trying to establish themselves as a brand, as a retailer that is connected with their consumer base. So I think that's important, and salutes to Champs for doing that, and for showing us, you know, for taking the steps to show us that they care. Finish Line has done similar things in the past. It's good to see retailers acknowledging us you know, and acknowledging our efforts. So Champs, big salutes to you, and I feel like they're getting the shoes to the right people. I know that there's been a lot of kickback because they send it to some guys who have reviewed fakes on their channels, and my attitude towards that is simply what they do, what they send other people doesn't bother me, and you know what, bottom line, some of those guys, you know, I've had limited dealings with those guys who have reviewed fakes on their channels, and I think a lot of those guys just thought, you know what, there's a way to get some extra money, and they reviewed fakes, and a few of the higher profile guys have stopped reviewing fakes on their pages. So I think, you know, they made a decision that maybe they regret making, or I don't know, I'm not going to speak for them, but I'm not going to hold that against them. Those guys it isn't any easier to edit and upload a video of fake sneakers than it is of real sneakers. So, you know what, if Champs wants to send those guys stuff, that's great for them. I'm happy for those guys. Again, them reviewing fakes hasn't negatively affected me. My whole thing on the fake topic, the only thing I have against fakes is when they enter the real shoe market, when they enter the secondary market and people are getting got and sold fake shoes, and most of those guys don't do that stuff. You know, I'm not gonna mention anybody. I don't know for a fact that anybody does, but most of those guys are decent guys who work just as hard as I do on my videos and as hard as anybody else. So salutes to them. You know, those guys like sneakers too. So what? They got paid to do some shit. I'm not gonna keep holding that against those guys. They like shoes just like I do. Just looking at the shoe, I wish they made more. I hope Nike starts releasing a lot more colorways of this shoe in the US. Again, this is a really nice shoe. I'm glad Champs sent me this colorway. It's not an OG colorway. This is one of the 2 Champs exclusive colorways. They had a black one as well that I thought was really dope. The black one reminded me a little bit of the slip-on pair that I had years ago. Shit, 16, I'm so old. Like 15, 16 years ago. But basically, this shoe, I like this colorway because it's actually in my high school colors, navy and silver. It'll get a lot of wear. This baseball season is my go-to Dodger shoe. It's mad comfortable. It's just a really solid shoe, and given the technology in it, I like the price point. I think they're at about $124. You know, so just good work from Nike bringing these back. People have been clamoring for them, and now we got them, and pretty pleased. So again, huge thanks to Champs for sending this out to me and all the other guys who put in a lot of time and effort into our blogs, YouTube channels, etc., and really trying to pump out quality content, because this is all about fun and enjoying ourselves as sneaker enthusiasts. So salute to Champs for acknowledging that. You know, whether or not this promotion or this this program, whatever you want to call it, that they're doing with sending these out to YouTubers and bloggers and such, whether or not you think it's responsible or good marketing or whatever is irrelevant to me. I think, having spoken to the person who gets in contact with all of us about this, I just think it's Champs, regardless of what they hope to get out of it or the perception they hope to gain. I just think it's a nice gesture. I think they're just trying to acknowledge those of us that put in the time and make these videos and make these blog posts and do all these things, and it's a cool thing, and it makes me happy to see and humbled to feel like I'm being acknowledged for my work. It's the same. It's kind of the same thing. It's very much the same thing as, you know, getting great feedback, you know, from you guys, from the subscribers. So it's just cool. It's cool to see the encouragement of us sharing what we care about, what we love, which is sneakers, and having that be encouraged and applauded is very cool. I don't care if, you know, I don't care how Champs chooses to show that, or who they choose to acknowledge. I'm glad that they're acknowledging the positive side of sneaker social networking, and that's about it. But yeah, very cool package. Thank you, Champs. I love them. Couldn't be happier. Keep doing what you're doing. We all appreciate the gesture. Catch you on the next vid. Peace.